of slowness, and we will do an episode about this leech kit, by the way. There we go. Very nice. That's one thing you can do, by the way. Running up the stairs. Hey there guys, MCPC here, and today we are going to be starting a brand new series, guys. This is How To HCF. We're here on Viper MC kit map, and I'm going to be teaching you guys pretty much everything about HCF for newcomers and veterans alike. Just, how to PvP well, some strategies, how you can bard and archer, how you can trap, some of the best types of bases you can make, etc., etc. In the first episode, guys, I've decided that we are going to be doing a little small lesson about Sky PvP. Now, this is, Sky Bridges, Sky Sumo, etc., because these are one of the most beloved forms of PvP trap mixes, It's not exactly a trap, but it's also not exactly just normal PvP. But it's a very common strategy to get kills by just making the Sky Bridge and knocking people off. So this is going to be how you can PvP A, on your own Sky Bridge if you build it, or Sky Sumo, and B, if you somehow get up to a Sky Bridge or Sky Sumo, how you can prevent yourself from dying and possibly secure yourself a few kills in the process. So let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so we are going to begin, hopefully not by being, whatever kit that is tagged, leech kit tagged. We're gonna start by doing some classic Sky Bridge PvP. Is this guy gonna leave me alone, please? Of slowness, and we will do an episode about this leech kit, by the way. There we go. Very nice. That's one thing you can do, by the way. Running up the stairs, if somebody, if someone's chasing you, basically up a Sky Bridge, as soon as you get to the flat area, turn on them. I turned a little bit late because my goal was not to PvP them, my goal was to actually be able to commentate, but it turned out fairly well anyways. But as I was trying to say, if you go up here, you're probably gonna have like a 4-block lead unless they're like already hitting you, then maybe 2 or 3 block, but you will be right here when they're right there. So you can hit them off right there, or if you want to, you can go back a little bit this way and then hit them off right here at the very edge is another thing that you can do. Just like 2 basically critical spots. Another thing you can do is you can PvP on the roofs of Skybridge areas just like this. I personally don't like it all that much because the elevation changes can really screw up your aim, as well as basically like if you're on bottom, you can get hit off pretty easily because you're, 2 blocks away. And if you're on the top, then the people below you get reached. So it's not very good for either side, because if either side gets like 2 hits in a row, it's over. It's over. It's a lot more luck based than aim, and strafing is kind of a no-no. It's just kind of straight lining forever. So I personally really don't like it, but if you want to, you can always pearl up to the top of like a Sky Bridge area like this, and if you're on the top, try to block it off. That's what I personally suggest. It deals more knockback. And if you're on the bottom, try to stay like on this layer. If you're on this layer, you're gonna get hit. It's like a 1 hit off, but if you jitter click and you're on this layer, it's gonna take probably 2 hits, maybe 3 hits even to hit you off, and if you normal click, probably 2 hits. So I personally suggest you PvP on this layer as close as you can, and like jump up as you knock them backwards. So like if he's on that slab, then you hit him back 1 block, you jump up, hit him back again, and then you have the high ground, and you already have a combo going, so it's pretty easy to, continue that. Is this guy gonna pro up to me? No. Is this guy gonna pro up to me? Also no. Alright, so yeah, on to the next aspect of Skybridge PvP, which I believe is the Pearl Clutch. Alright, so when you are PvPing, I think the best way to Pearl Clutch is try to Pearl past your person, because yeah, that's not what you want to do. That turned out well for me in that instance, but you typically don't want to do that, because if they get behind you and they get you in a combo, you're kind of screwed. Like if they move backwards at any time as you pearl onto them, like you're not good. All right, you're not gonna do very well in that situation. But if you can pearl past them, like say he's right here, if I'm able to move slightly to the right and pearl right there, that is ideal, because then not only, are you not going to be pearl blocked by him, and you're going to be farther back, I guess, and harder to hit off, you also are suddenly behind him, which is A, going to throw off his aim, and B, you're behind him, so you can be the one that's like comboing off the edge instead of you getting comboed off the edge, or just, you know, normal PvP off the edge. So that's what I'd personally suggest. Pearl past them instead of onto them or in front of them. You can get farther back, which means it's harder to hit you off, and also you're behind them, so you can get combos on them and knock them off. There we go, gonna knock that guy off. He pearled over there for some reason, not entirely sure why. It's not the best place to pearl to. See, that got pearl. I just pearled down accidentally, but that guy, he pearled onto me, and that's why he died, because he pearled straight onto me. I only had to hit him once, and he fell off. But if you pearl past them, not only are they gonna have to hit you like 10 times in a row, you're behind them, you can get the better combo. So that's one way that you can pearl if you're trying to get back on the platform. But if you're just trying to clutch, if you either are already past the platform and you have no chance of getting back on, or if you just prefer to clutch like normally, there's a few different ways that you can do that. I guess evaluate your environment, because you're probably going to be going to a sky bridge more than once, but like pearl over here, you can not only take less fall damage because you're going to be prone onto the side, there's actually even spots that you can like go down, so like you don't have to fall to the ground after you pearl. So that would be like the ideal spot to pearl, but you'd also have to be near the top of there, and we are going to be going over to there just to show you a little bit about that area for PvPing. Over here, you could always pearl here. This is a very nice flat area to PvP, or to pearl rather, because instead of having to pearl at a 1x1 area, you can pearl at however large that area is. This is, if I had to make a rough estimate, probably like 20 by 20, I'd say. That's probably around 20 by 20. And that's obviously got a much better chance of you landing your pearl than a 1x1. And it also doesn't require as much aim. Did I not drink that? No, I drank that speed. You can pearl over there. That's farther away, but I mean, it is an option, as well as there. You can, if you fall on either side of this, you can always try to pearl at the very bottom there, though I don't suggest you pearl at the very end, because if you pearl at the very end, basically the farther you fall, the faster you go, like your velocity increases. And if you have like fog or anything like that, it's going to be pretty hard to actually see where the ground is, and therefore to time your pearl appropriately. So you ideally want to pearl within, like, let's see, we're at 126 right now. 136 right now. You want to pearl probably within like 80 Y. Within like the first 80 Y coordinates, I guess, would be the best time to pearl, because any lower than that, and you probably aren't going to die from fall anyways, and any higher than that, and you are going to go too fast to like be able to see the ground and pearl clutch accordingly. Forgot to say, you can pearl pretty much anywhere on the sky bridge as well for a good clutch. I'd personally suggest, like, say you get hit off right here, just spin around and pearl there, or you get here, spin around, pearl there. You can try to pearl on the bridge, but it is thinner, and if somebody comes and tries to hit you off, they're more likely to be successful than that big flat open area or that big flat closed off area. So I'd suggest that you don't try to go for a thin area. Gonna knock this guy off real quick. There we go. Is he gonna pearl clutch? No, he failed, because he pearled for that when he was a little too low. You wanna, if you're gonna pearl for there when you're that low, you wanna go really high up, or you can always just go for another place that's easier to pearl to. So I'd suggest, like, if you're 10 blocks under a platform, don't pearl that platform. Look around for another platform, because you're gonna have enough time, most likely, to get to another platform instead, which is what I'd personally suggest. You could always pearl there. I'm not sure whether it'd make it. You'd have to have really good reflexes, and that is pretty far off, so you probably don't want to. But if it's within your render distance, and like you prefer that for whatever reason, you can always do that. So, go up on Sky Sumo, block hit. I always suggest block hitting, because you take less, or you don't take less KB, but you deal more KB. You can also... oh, he fell down. And he's dead. He didn't even pearl right. Do that. That's what you want to do. Don't do what he did. Pearl against this. Or you can pearl to cobwebs. They are typically smaller targets, though. So I'd personally suggest pearl right there. You want to pearl roughly 20 to 30 blocks above ground. You can risk it if you have, like, really low health, and you're basically not going to be able to survive a 20 to 30 block drop. Say you're on, like, 3 hearts. You can try your best to pearl at 10, but you're going to have to get within 1 block. And not here. Don't pearl here, because unless you're pearling below you, the pro's not actually going to register, which you obviously don't want. You want to be able to clutch properly. So I'd suggest personally 20 to 30 blocks is the optimal, I guess, pearl height. But if you're really low in health and you can't chance a drop like that, you can always pearl to like Y10 roughly. We're gonna get rid of this guy real quickly because I'm trying to record a video. And finally, we have these little air trap areas. Now this would normally have a block here, so what I'd suggest is you hold shift, you hold S, you move backwards, you jump, and you lock hit. That is basically the way you're going to be able to deal with the best knockback, and overall just like how you can secure the win or the kill, depending on how many people are in the up sign area with you. I don't suggest making one of these because they aren't exactly fun to PvP in. I'd much rather PvP in Sky Bridge or Sky Sumo area, but this is a good way to get kills. So if you have a few gullible people come to your base and you happen to have one of these lying around, try your best to get to it because they will likely follow you in, and as long as you're, on top of it, you're gonna be pretty good. Is this a piston to actually... I think this piston right here closes that. Yes, it does. So you can actually have another person operating this, so that if the enemy, by the way, if the enemy gets behind you somehow, it's unlikely, but if the enemy somehow gets behind you and you're the one getting knocked towards the void, just pull this open, knock them back into it. It's basically another exit, and it's just like a failsafe, just in case for whatever reason your quote-unquote trap doesn't work. You can always try to use that. So yeah, but that is going to be it, guys. I'm gonna pull clutch that real quick. Hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, if you want to see more of this series, just feel free to comment down below. Tell me any HCF, how-to HCF videos that you'd like to see. Like, I have Bard and Archer and Trapping, all that planned for the future, as well as, how to PvP on flat areas, how to PvP in fallers, how to pearl through faller gates, and Taliban pearling, etc., etc. But if there's anything you guys, urgently need help with because you're about to do a raid or something like that, then yeah, just feel free to ask. I will try my best to get a video out as soon as I can, and hopefully it will help you. But that's going to be it. So I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or just enjoyed the video. And yeah, I will see you all in my next episode. Peace.